All right, here's the final beat of the race. Orange is in a 2-3-4, black is in a 1-5-6. And a couple things I want you guys to look at in this video. One, again, will be the boat handling, and then two is just kind of some of the coverage schemes up here. So when you're in a 2-3-4, your goal is to kind of have your number 2 boat continue to threaten the 1 that pushes them up the race course, and then boats 3 and 4 are really just trying to loose cover boats 5 and 6, and making sure anytime you consolidate that that you're allowing your teammate to consolidate in the lead. All right, so here we're pushing up the race course. 19 clearly has the 1 here. And all the boats are doing a really nice job of setting the boats pretty fast. The crew work, again, is pretty consistent. You can see how that pair is being covered by the orange guy. And 23 is pushing 19 up the race course, and here's a consolidation. When you're behind, you really want to avoid ducking your teammates, or even when you're ahead. So 22 ducked their teammate in 24, and 21 duck 20, and that's generally not a good idea because you're giving boat lengths away. And again, we have another duck of the teammate in orange here. So I think that's a great opportunity when you want to communicate to your teammates and just call a little bit of a switch on the race course. And the orange boats that are in places 3 and 4, they really have to do a really good job communicating with one another, because if the 4 boat gets vulnerable, 3 really needs to be there to help bail them out. There's a good job calling a switch, not ducking. Really nice work there. And you could tell that as it gets lumpy here, the crews have got to be really good about transitioning back into the boat so that the boat never heels to windward and that they're never over trimmed. It's light and lumpy here. This is what it can be like at BC a lot and a lot of other venues. And there's a ton of current, so you got to be really mindful of your hull trim and your sail trim through the water. You can kind of see that in the boat that was coming at us on port. They did a nice job of easing sails and kind of keeping the boat powered up. But on the screen, we can see that right orange boat number 23, looks like they're starting to get maybe a little bit vulnerable to 20. And that's where the 3rd place orange boat needs to really make sure that once they consolidate, that their teammate is still going to be in the lead here. And I think the other thing to note here is boat 22, they're never putting themselves in a pinning situation, right? They're forcing 19 up the race course, but they're never allowing themselves to get pinned. And that, I think, is really, really important. 19's coverage is a little bit soft. They're giving that orange boat some leverage further right, so positioning-wise, that might not have been perfect, but doesn't seem to have a big impact on them here. It kind of gets a little bit less exciting kind of as you come to the top. It looks like orange is going to have a pretty solid 2-3-4. That 6th place black boat has really gone slow, and they've kind of pushed themselves out to Never Never Land. But good video for coverage, the boat handling, and trying to avoid ducking your own teammate.